Hi guys, Kathy here. So, AncestryDNA just sent me an email that my DNA had been updated. A lot of you may have not logged into your account and even known about an update, but apparently, yes, there's definitely an update. It's a major one apparently. So let's check it out. So I'm going to go to AncestryDNA, which I already have here. I have it bookmarked. Okay, welcome. Let's get to DNA. My DNA summary. Wow, okay, so things have definitely changed. I'll show you my pie. That's my pie graph. Okay, so my previous results had much more, I guess more sections. I had one area that was like 33%. Another one that was in the 17% range, and then all the other ones were a lot smaller. So obviously things have definitely changed because now I have these two big portions that take up about, I would say like 2/3 of my results. So let's check it out. So here we go. Oh! Okay, so retrieving estimates, updating. My goodness, this is okay, come on, estimate. What's going on? Let's try this again. Okay, sorry about that, guys. This is taking a little long here. I'm a complicated kind of girl. It takes a while. It takes a while to figure me out, I guess. Well, while that's working, I'll give you a little bit of background. I am from Miami. I was born and raised here. My parents are of Cuban and Caribbean ancestry, including Puerto Rico. And so I'm expecting a bit of a mix of all the beautiful different ethnicities really that have melded and turned into the Caribbean people. Cuba and Puerto Rico, particularly with the European, the Native American, of course, and the Afro influence, especially Western Africa, which is, of course, if you know, a lot of Western Africans through the slave trade ended up in North and South America and the Caribbean, especially. Okay, so here we go. My summary. Okay, so, my biggest chunk here looks like it's Portugal. I wasn't expecting that. I figured it would be more Spain. I didn't know of any Portuguese ancestry, but apparently 40%. So that's a big chunk of your DNA to not know about, right? So Portuguese. All right. So my next biggest one here is Portugal. 28%. Okay, Spain. That I was expecting. Definitely not a surprise there. And then my next one is 6%. And it's, goodness, this keeps on messing with me. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Cameroon, Congo. Very cool. So again, just like I said before, the Caribbean, a very strong mix of different ethnic groups. So West African's definitely not that much of a surprise, but it is definitely a surprise to have it be that specific, Cameroon, Congo, not places I would have looked for, looking at my ethnicity. And here we go. Native American. Okay, so my last estimate gave me 10% Native American, which is not a surprise. My grandmother, my father's mom, definitely had Native American. She had the features, she had the hair. So we knew that there was definitely a mix, definitely someone in the not so distant past must have had Native American blood in a pretty big percentage. So I have 10%, which is not a lot, but 10%, It looks like, oh, okay, so it looks like Ancestry's made it a little bit more specific now. Before it was general Native American, and you would see the entire of North America, South America, and the Caribbean were all highlighted. So it wasn't very specific to exactly what type of Native American or what group or what area geographically. Now it's looking like it's a little bit more specific. I'm getting 5% Andean from the Andes Mountains. That's kind of surprising, but then again, I guess if they move through Central America or even the northern part of South America and gotten to the Caribbean, then that would probably account for that. Also, I have the general, another 5%, which is the general North, Central, and South American, Native American, which again, in adding the Andean and adding this one is my original 10%, which wasn't a surprise. My next group is England. Okay, England, Wales, and Northwestern Europe. Okay, English. Well, definitely there was a lot of migration into the Caribbean from all over Europe. I guess that might account for some of that. 4% is not huge, but it's still there. And hey, maybe that accounts for me getting, even though I'm tan, I don't do well at the beach. I burn, really nasty burn. It's not good. I know, sad, but true. Maybe my English ancestors cursed me with the get red lobstery gene. Thanks. It's a wonderful thing to live in Miami and get sunburned. Okay, so the next one, Benin Togo. All right, so Benin Togo and then Mali. Both of those, I have 3% Benin Togo, 2% Mali. So both of those countries, 5% in total. Again, is Africa. Well, I know Benin Togo for sure is in the western part of Africa. Very beautiful, by the way. Beach towns, really beautiful area. Unfortunately, it does have a bit of a not so great history, specifically with the slave trade. But again, this is not something that if you come from the Caribbean is unexpected. So far, I have that combo, that European, Native American, and African combination that makes up a lot of us from Caribbean backgrounds. It's just one of those things, I think it makes us a more diverse, more beautiful people. And the proof is right here. It's right here. It's definitely not conjecture anymore. So my next one is also 2%. And this one's very interesting. France. Okay, so a little French. Okay, I'll take it. 2%. I also have 2% Basque. Okay, so that's definitely new. Basque wasn't even something that was coming up in our old estimates. So Basques are right, currently it is a specific area of northern Spain. That half of it actually is in France and the other half of it is in the Spanish country side in northern Spain. And the Basque are an independent people. They're not really Spanish and they're not French. They're their own people. They've been there for a very, very, very long time, before pretty much anyone else in Europe was ever there. They speak a language that I know for sure. I've done a little bit of research on Basque people, and their language doesn't resemble any kind of European language at all. Actually, no language in the world resembles Basque language, which definitely would make it a challenge to learn how to speak. So I don't think I'm going to be signing up for Basque lessons. So yeah, okay, so 2%, but it's cool to have. So Basque country, beautiful, beautiful place, really beautiful, up in the mountains in northern Spain and northern France. So here we go, Italy, 1%. Okay, my last estimate gave me 17% Italian, and I really, 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 really like that. Unfortunately, it shrunk to 1%, but hey, I'll take it. I love Italy, beautiful country. I've been there numerous times, and I've always felt at home. At least for me, I kind of go in there and blend, and I don't even feel like I'm a tourist, which is a wonderful thing. Sometimes, it's more relaxing to go on vacation when you don't look like a tourist. Okay, so the next one, 1%, these are two more that are 1%. Ireland and Scotland, which, okay, I don't know how accurate that is, but Ireland and Scotland. The next one's 1% is Eastern Europe, Russia, also 1%. That one didn't even come at all. That part of the world didn't even come up in my last DNA estimate, so definitely a surprise. Again, I don't really know how accurate it is. It is 1% of my DNA apparently, but very, very small, so that might change. So, and then we have the migrations. So, as most of you know who have done Ancestry, at the end of your ethnicity report, it compares your special combination of results with different groups around the world. So about 350 different groups are compared to your specific admixture. And it'll kind of place you for a modern day match of what people today, who you most look like, who you most resemble DNA-wise. So for me, the last one, my original one, was Northwest Puerto Rico, and it's still Northwest Puerto Rico. Again, I know my father's family has history in Northwest Puerto Rico, specifically in the area of Utuado and Lares and Moca. So I know for sure that was definitely going to fall in somewhere, but to have Ancestry confirm it through DNA, to say, no, yeah, your parents were born in Cuba, yes, you have Cuban ancestors, but your specific little mix kind of really falls into Northwest Puerto Rico. So, that's pretty accurate, considering that they would have no way of knowing, other than my DNA, that's specific, really specifically where my family does have a history. So, really interesting. I embraced my Puerto Rican heritage as well as my Cuban heritage and Caribbean heritage in general, which is wonderful. Like I said before, it's a beautiful mix of European, African traditions and Native American traditions. So a lot of the foods we eat are actually, if you look at some of the things we eat, like yuca, like oh my goodness, so many different things. A lot of the spices we use, the different traditions that we have, especially musically, and the beats and the rhythms. It's a mix of European, but a really heavy mix of African, especially Western African influence and Native American influence. So really, 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 really interesting. I think that it makes, I guess I'm a little biased, but it makes people from the Caribbean just a little bit special. I like to think of myself as, I guess, a citizen of the world, it looks like, pretty much, right? We're a big mix, and I think it makes for a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful culture. And for those of you who have never been to the Caribbean, I hope that you'll visit it one day. Or if you're in the United States and you don't want to leave the country, you can get a very similar experience visiting Miami, where I'm from. I love Miami. You get all those kinds of traditions right here, right in the USA. Of course, Puerto Rico is part of the USA too, but continental USA. So there you go. Now, if you've liked this video, and I hope you have, please press like and subscribe. I'll be coming up with lots more videos in the future. I encourage all of you who haven't updated your AncestryDNA results, and it's a lot of you out there, I know, that probably, like me, didn't even know they were updated. Go ahead and update them, because as technology gets more specific and gets more advanced, we really have the opportunity to kind of fine-tune the results. So it's not just for entertainment, which it definitely is entertaining, but it also opens different cultures to us, cultures we didn't even know we had. I love to eat. I don't know, probably most of you are foodies. I'm a big foodie, and here in Miami, I love eating all different kinds of foods. But now it really, ever since I did Ancestry, even my original results, it really opened my curiosity to learning about the cultures that are within me, that are part of me. And the biggest part of culture, I think, and maybe you'll agree with me, is food. So if you'd like to join me for a journey of eating, a journey of food, a journey of discovery, I'm going to be posting more videos in the future. Also, think about the impact it has for your children if you have children. They can learn not just that they're like I am. I was born in America, I'm American, or I'm sorry, I was born in the United States and I'm American, North American. For me, I never really thought about the exotic part of my culture, and it's definitely there, and I really would hate for my children to miss that. So if you want to make any comments, maybe add some countries, maybe we can join together and do a little food journey with me. I'd love for you to subscribe. So subscribe right here. And until next time, it's Kathy from Miami. Hope to hear from you soon. Bye.